Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into Ticket Weeknights, streaming only, and you'll catch us on the airways for a little bit as we get the log sorted out. But nonetheless, it's What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host, as always, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, and the host to my left, Chancellor. How's it going on this Monday right after Easter break?
It's going good. It's going good. Had a great Easter. I hope everyone out there listening had a great Easter. Got to enjoy it, whether you believe or not. I just hope you had a great Easter. I myself got baptized on Easter. So shout out to myself a little bit, but no.
What's that experience like as a 24-year-old? Because obviously most people, they don't remember it because as a kid.
Yeah, it was a lot different. It meant a lot more. I'll say that much. It meant a lot more. It was a decision that I made for myself, a conscious decision. Weighed the very, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I made a conscious decision. I knew why I did it, why I was doing it. Because I feel like a lot of times, you know, kids are like, oh, I just got baptized, you know what I'm saying? And then they get to like 20 and they're like, hey, wait, what'd that mean? But no, baptism is just an outward expression of an inward choice, and just being able to share it with a community. I'm so blessed to go to such a great church and Ambassadors Worship Center in Omaha. If you're in the Omaha area, they'll be glad to host you. But yeah, definitely formed a family. And one thing I wanted it to be super, like, a little bit more intimate. I wanted it to be like, okay, the person I'm getting baptized by, like, knows me. Mm-hmm. I have a relationship with, and it just happened that I've been in this, like, discipleship program with my pastor, and he, like, it just worked out perfectly, you know, and it just timed out perfectly. My mom got to come. Like, it was dope. It was dope. You can't ask for a better Easter.
No, that's, you know, and again, I understand we always talk, we kind of lean back on our faith from time to time, but like, even with Easter, it's just awesome to get the family together. Right. You know, because it's so rare to get everybody in the same room. So shout out my family. They're going to be coming up here next week. They're going to come visit me up here in Lincoln. But yeah, you just can't take that stuff for granted, because it is crazy, like, how many times, like, when you get older, how many times you actually get the full family in the room. Yeah, like, it's so rare.
Yeah, I think we was talking earlier, about how I had an experience, and it was like my mom, my grandma, my aunts in the car, like, and I was just like, bro, like, when are we all together like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, even just me, I only got 2 sisters. When my sisters is together, like, that's just a cool experience, because, you know, my sister having a kid here soon, so we all getting older, and as time goes on, the moments are a lot more special.
Oh, absolutely. We got a couple texts here. I'm assuming this one's waiting for some March Madness. 5604, who tripped over the court? If you find out, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I'm trying to find out too.
Yeah, if you let us figure that out, definitely send that in. 402-464-5685. Another unknown texter, congrats on the baptism. And Augie, that's really cool, Brew. Congratulations. So good. Some support out there for it.
I appreciate it. Augie, I think that's a familiar. I think we get him sometimes.
Augie, yeah, he's an awesome ticket listener. Yeah. I think when I started I think it was right before COVID, so it would have been like 2019, 2020. It's wild how long I've been working here, but Augie's always been around. Some of these texters are a long time. Talked about that family. It's good to have listeners that stick around too.
Nah, for sure. I remember one of the first things that DP told me, he said like these ticket listeners are loyal. Like they're loyal. Like they stay heavy on the ticket. And there was like DP used to tell me stories of like he would say like, you know, talking about like a certain food and someone would come bring it to him. like that's crazy. That's a different type of loyalty. So shout out all the 93.7 ticket loyal, faithful listeners. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, you got a name for your fans when you do any of your shows? You ever come up with that? I know it's a big thing for a lot of these. They'll give their fans like the morning, they call them the breakers, early break.
Oh, that's more. What should we call it? The Brewers?
That's actually pretty good right there.
The Brewers.
We got the Brewers in.
All right, the Brewers. If you a Brewer, send a text. If you a Brewer, send a text. Or and if you don't got me on Twitter, it's at Chancellor Brewington. I'm that's probably the most active I'm on social media. We talk about trying to stay off social media a little bit. But
yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, hey.
Especially when you got a job that revolves around social media.
Nah, for real. And then I'll be like, all right, what's new? What can we talk about today? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what can we talk about today? But yeah, yeah.
How was what's the Brewington Easter look like? Do you guys got any family traditions that are classic every single year, whether it's a meal or just something you guys do as a family? So we just always had the prime rib, and we don't do anything crazy, but they make that prime rib, and I can't ask for more. It's amazing.
I don't know why I don't like prime rib. That's a crazy take by me, but I don't know why I don't like it.
Have you had good prime rib? Like
maybe that's the thing.
Like you got to get it. Like my parents, shout it to them. They've constructed this recipe over years of just doing it over and over and over. Yeah. Still do it for Christmas too, but they'll like season it, wrap it up, keep it seasoned for I think a few days.
Like marinate, like oh yeah,
and then just wrap it up, and then just keep letting it soak because it's a lot of meat. So you got to make sure that thing's nice and tender.
You got to get like what type of thing you got to get for a prime rib? You got to get
I know what you're talking about, but my cooking skills are not there. Like a roaster, not a roaster.
Yeah. It's like
what you're talking
not
about.
a crock pot. Why am I thinking about a crock pot?
Because it's kind of what you're putting it in.
Yeah,
a big thing.
like a thing.
And it's got like
you just heat it up, put
the
it
mesh wiring on the bottom.
Right.
You got a little bit of water at the bottom too to keep it moist.
Yep.
I know we know what we're talking about. We just don't know what the
if you know what we talking about, what do you put a prime rib in? Someone text it in, please. I don't know what it is, but
we don't know. We do got Swift from Lincoln joining in to be a brewer. Swift, age 27.
That's our first brewer.
Listening from Genesis at 70th and A. Shout out Swift from Lincoln. That is the first one.
That's our first brewer. I am honored. I'm honored. Swift from Lincoln.
That's a wild take though. They don't like prime rib. So what is the go-to on Easter, or do you guys change it up?
Like if I'm with my dad, I think it's more of like a rib thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
some ribs are fire. I'm good with that.
Yeah, and that brother can cook. He can cook.
Is that in the family cooking?
Yeah. My dad can cook. Honestly, my sister can cook. My older sister, like everyone can cook. Everyone can cook, but my dad, like he could. I feel like he could really cook somewhere. Like he just be making stuff like consistently good. Like like. Where it's like you don't have to be like, hey, what is this? Like you just put your fork in and it's just good every time. Like that's how Pops be cooking. So shout out Pops.
Like old school traditional comfort food. What's his go or barbecue?
Barbecue.
So he's a grill.
Yeah,
grill style.
Yeah, steak. The steaks are.
Okay, so that's crazy. You're like steaks are great, but prime rib you're out.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a texture. It's like there's something missing with the prime rib. I think it's flavor.
Do you get the au jus with it? The juice that you dip it in?
What's that? Okay, now
you get a Philly cheesesteak, and you'll sometime or a fillet. They'll give you the au jus with it.
Yeah,
I'm pronouncing that right. Some people pronounce it differently.
Yeah, I've never had that.
Okay, well, that's the problem.
So that's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
you basically dip it in there, and it's just.
So I didn't get the full experience.
No, definitely not the full experience.
Okay, that's on me. That's on me, not to take a shot at prime rib.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm trying to save it. It's Nebraska out here. We got a lot of people make their living off prime rib. We got Isaac, another brewer, chiming in here.
Oh, yeah.
Isaac Lincoln, #brewer. Shout out. We got a couple of them in already.
I love it. The brewers, keep them coming in. Keep them coming in.
If we got another, okay, this takes kind of taking me back. I agree. Steak better than prime rib.
Really?
I think I just need to get you guys to try my parents' prime rib.
Oh, so you think prime rib is better than steak?
Oh, yeah, by far.
Really?
Prime rib is a delicacy. You see that on the menu. There's a reason why they're charging you $20+ for prime rib at times. It's too good. That's a good cut of meat right there. If you prepare it right. The problem is I think you've had, if it's such a big piece of meat, depending on how big of prime rib you get, that it can be cooking that thing to get it nice. And if you're going for medium rare to get that all the way through, that's where it takes some real work. So you could have got like a bad real end piece too that was just dry, didn't taste good.
Maybe I got the end piece.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna hope.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, say I got the end piece.
Maybe I'm just wrong though, because we got a lot of people saying I've had amazing prime rib. I'll take a rib every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? I'm gonna keep my my mind open to trying more things, and we'll go from there. But I feel like we have a really big day in college sports.
Okay. How so? I agree, but I'm not sure if we're going in the same direction.
Women's basketball.
Yeah. Women's basketball's on a tear. Tell me why.
Yeah. First of all, let me pull it up. The 4 best players are, South Carolina got a girl. What's her face? She's a stud. She's a stud.
They got 5.
Yeah, they got a few studs, but for the most part, like LSU, Angel Reese, you got Jude, what's her name? Flage or something. And then you got Iowa, Caitlin Clark, of course, the best. And then USC, they got Juju Watkins or Juju something. This is terrible. This is sports radio. I don't even know their names. And UConn, you got the girl who tore ACL and bounced back, and now she's like averaging like 20 something. But just and they all in the what's that? Final Elite 8. They all in the Elite 8.
Yeah, that's always the thing with women's basketball. And I don't know if there's a right or wrong in this. What do you think that is with girls, where the top seed, there's not as much chaos. There's not nearly as much. If you're doing girls brackets, your odds of success are a lot higher than doing men's brackets if you're going with chalk.
Yeah, I never done a bracket.
Men's or women's?
Yeah, never.
Okay, what do you think that is though for the women's? Like, you just don't see upsets. Like, we got really close there. Shout out to Indiana girls basketball. They pushed South Carolina to the brink. I was really impressed because size-wise, you looked at those two teams and you wouldn't think Indiana stood a chance.
Yeah, I think women are a lot more fundamentally consistent in basketball, especially. Like, you see, like, women form, like, they don't vary. Like, I just feel like they're more consistent in their play, and men are like super sporadic, like, when you know how it is. And so I would say women are a lot more consistent. That's why we're not seeing these upsets.
I just think that, and like the men's game's faster too.
Facts.
And it just can lead to more chaos.
Yeah.
Like, because like sometimes they'll use their athleticism in a way that hurts themselves, and they'll speed the game up, trying to do something crazy, go for a fast break where they need to slow it down. And I think that's kind of where you're at with that more fundamental basketball, where, like, don't get me wrong, if the girl's got a fast break, she's going to go ahead and take it.
Right.
But they do play a lot more controlled.
Yeah.
And the shooting is, I think girls might get the edge on shooting here pretty quick. We're getting some crazy gifted shooters, and they've all kind of been in the girls department lately.
Nah, it's nuts. Like, if you watch the free throw percentages, that tells you a lot too. Like, they're very, very consistent at the line. But yeah, have you seen the offer that Ice Cube gave Caitlin Clark?
No.
For the Big Three? Okay, so Ice Cube offered Caitlin Clark $5 million to join the Big Three over her WNBA contract, which would only be like $100,000. So if you're Caitlin Clark, what would you do?
Oh, that's tough.
Because guess what? Do you think if Caitlin Clark goes to the WNBA, anyone gonna watch her?
I think this is
real. This is no disrespect. This is no disrespect.
She will get less of an audience, more so on the WNBA's fault.
Oh, 100%.
WNBA has not been great at producing stars and like highlighting them and getting people to like really pay attention.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the timing of their season, or I don't know what it is, but in the TV contracts, we won't see WNBA games.
No.
And the marketing, I just don't think they have fully invested into that. But obviously, Caitlin Clark added. Well, okay, let's go back to the Big Three question.
Okay, yeah.
You're put yourself in Caitlin Clark's shoes.
I think I'm doing the Big Three.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think
$5 million. An endorsement, she already making upwards of $2 million, $3 million.
I think
no. She probably making at least $5 million in endorsements right now.
I guess I try to figure out like how much legs does this have on it? Like, can this thing actually blow up?
Right.
Or am I safer going with WNBA, who has shown they kind of struggle. She'll still get paid because she's going to be an elite player.
Oh yeah,
I imagine, knock on wood, but I don't see her shooting going away anytime soon.
Yeah, and she's gonna get the Nike she's gonna get all these different contracts.
State Farm's got her. She's good there.
Oh yeah, she'll be set for the next 10 years.
I think I'd have to really figure out which organization I have more trust in, just because the WNBA hasn't done a great job producing superstars. Like, they get stars, but then it just kind of seems to fade away really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Brittany Griner, whether you like her or hate her, the WNBA, I still felt like could have tried even harder to push her name out there for what she's doing. And all they've had plenty of great shooters and multiple women that win the MVP over and over and over again.
Okay, let me ask you this. So do you think the big three is comprised of like a bunch of former NBA players.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking like who we got? Rashad Lewis, like all these. I'm blanking right now.
I don't really know who's all in the big three. Let me find out right now.
They got who? I can't forget that brother name.
Yeah, they got Rashad Lewis. They got Ryan Hollins, Deshaun Stevenson, Gerald Green's in there. Glenn
Gerald
Rice.
Green is in there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You got Glenn Rice, Carlton Green, Michael Beasley's in there. Okay, nice. Michael Beasley seems like he'd be a tough matchup in that.
Right, but like so Michael Beasley going head to head with Caitlin Clark.
I'd watch that.
Well, it's not even gonna be close.
If she's hot from three, it might be. It depends if it's make it, take it.
I mean, Michael Beasley is 6'7".
He's not that tall, is he? Michael Beasley, 6'7"?
Is he 6'7"?
No,
he's not 6'7".
He's got to be one of the shorter guards I remember. He could be, because again, it's the NBA.
I just remember he was guarding Bam Adebayo in like a pickup game, and he looked like he was tall.
6'9".
He's 6'9".
Yeah, okay.
I'm about to say
that game.
Yeah,
I was thinking he was like 6'6", 6'5", but no, he's 6'9".
Yeah,
so that's tough.
That's like, imagine that. Like, she gonna be, she could get some shots off, but like still, bro.
I think
that's gonna be tough.
She'd have to have the right teammates to make it work, right? Like,
yeah,
she's gonna have to be that. I'm gonna pull the defense out and open up the rim,
and especially off of a, like just shoot. And there's only 3 players. You know what I'm saying? So there's no like ball screen. Like, yeah, it'll just be tough. But what I have been seeing in women's basketball is that like the athletic ability is like I don't know if it's training. I don't know if it's like whatever, but we're seeing a lot of women like dunking consistently in high school.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Like, you see the 400 time too that some middle schooler broke. I think he's like 7th or 8th grade. He got a 38. 400.
Are you serious?
38, like it's like 38, 44, 400.
Hey, what's that brother on?
I think we just got young athletes out here that are really picking up the program. Like, I mean, you've seen that. I mean, you've obviously trained with quite a few people around Lincoln. Like, when you're training and you see some of that younger generation, like, is there a difference in how maybe you trained when you were younger compared to what these guys are doing?
Yeah, they're levels ahead. They're levels ahead. I thought I would just say the social media has opened up the doors for people are able to see into like what makes an athlete good. As before, like you would have to go to a specific trainer that knew the formula and worked on you. But like now, like you go on social media and I could find how Travis Kelce does his workouts.
Yeah, that's facts.
I could find out exactly how he does it because first of all, he gonna give it to me. And I'm gonna find his trainer. I'm gonna see what his trainer put. I can. If I'm a quarterback, I can go and I can see what Patrick Mahomes' trainer does on a daily basis with him. I can go, or I can watch the quarterback thing on the Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I can go see.
30.
Yeah, I could just write. Okay, he do that. Okay, bet. And guess what? You got the training formula. Now, obviously, you don't got the secrets, but for the most part, you got it.
Yeah, it is kind of all out there in front of you,
right?
And at the same time, makes everybody more competitive because everyone's got that same advantage.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you going to do? Like, it's the ethic that doesn't come with you.
Yeah.
But again, if you got it all out there, I think that we're just seeing a rise in talent. We do have an unknown texter too, talking about Caitlin Clark being in the big 3. She has to use a men's ball. It's not going to matter. That's one thing I still don't understand with women's basketball.
Yeah.
Why do you need a women's ball?
I guess hand size.
Are they throwing it down anyways? Like, let's just be real.
Yeah, that is true. It's like
a half ounce
But their precision is so nuts. They can shoot with a men's ball and it'd be the same.
That's what I'm saying. I think
they're just their form. It's their form. That's what it is.
Because Sabrina shot with the men's ball.
Yeah.
And she was fine. Didn't phase her at all.
Yeah.
So that's always one, like, I don't, and the quarters thing, and that's another thing I don't understand. Why the girls have to play 4 quarters and the guys play halves.
Oh, in college?
Yeah, in college basketball.
Yeah, that the half thing don't really make sense. I feel like it doesn't, the flow of the game is messed up.
With the halves or quarters?
With the halves.
Really?
Yeah. I think,
because I actually like the halves more. I wish the NBA, yeah.
You really?
Yeah, because this leads to that NBA. Like, I would love it if the NBA did that, mainly because the NBA's got enough stoppages already. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to see something a little more. But I just feel like it's more on the players to figure it out on the fly, and it makes those timeouts the coaches have that much more valuable. I feel like it challenges you more. Like, how much do you trust your players? How good is the coach, holding those timeouts in his pocket, understanding time situation?
That is a good point.
And at least more chaos.
That is a good point. I think I just don't like watching college because of the way the structure of the game goes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they run a lot of sets, they run a lot of plays. Like there's a lot of actions instead of like one-on-one, mano y mano, like the NBA. Like they'll run actions here and there. Like they'll run some sets, like, but for the most part, it's the guys just going to work. Like, is clear out whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to figure out where it goes. I think the NBA is trying to figure out that balance on itself right now, the balance between defense and offense. There's just, we'll probably talk about the NFL rules again here at some point, but it just feels like everything's predicated on offense.
Yeah,
and the NFL feels like it's certainly going that route as well. One more text before we go to break here. We got Doug with mesothelioma chiming in. I won't use his word, but he's got, I have baby hands and I hate shooting with a woman's ball. So there you go. Someone with tiny hands, he even hates shooting with a woman's ball. So that's always kind of unnecessary beef I have, but I'll never understand why we assume these girls can't shoot a ball that's half an ounce bigger or half an ounce heavier, I should say. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to our first break here. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host as always. And if you guys ever want to join the show, definitely feel free to do so. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line as always. We'll go to break and be back in just a little bit.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
He can maybe run. So like speed option, those things. All you want to do.
Speed. I can't see.
It's also. Oh,
oh!
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
just
now.
Calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a parentheses or
too many commas over there.
Too many run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends. Right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
It's pro time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com. and become a part of history.
Who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association on the station.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Speaking maybe run. So like speed option, those things, all you want to do.
Speed, I can't see much.
It's also, look
what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill. Come on now.
Calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a parentheses or
too many commas over there.
Too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends. Right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
It's Pro Time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com. and become a part of history.
Who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association on the station.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in on the show, feel free to. As always, the Starter Heyman text line available to you, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. We got a few more comments over the break here. We got Brave Husker 08, the best show on X. Chancellor, is that a Braves hat? I have a whole new respect for you.
Yeah. Got the Braves hat on. I'm not a fan, but I support them, I guess. I just like their colors for real.
They do got nice unis.
Yeah.
And have you seen the MLB uniforms this year?
I have not.
Tragic what they've done.
I've been slacking with the MLB. I need to get back on it.
It's see-through. Like, it's more see-through than like a wife beater is. Like, it ain't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're terrible this year.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where it came from with like the jersey quality. But
they need a throwback to like the mid 2000s.
Yeah. Just
Like
anything what they had this year.
Yeah, like the retros, like those were not too retro, but like, I don't know. Who was your favorite baseball team growing up?
St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay. So you were
simplistic.
You were Albert Pujols era.
I was real young, so my godfather was a big Cardinals fan, and I just kind of fed off that. I was still not the biggest MLB fan, but if I had to pick a camp, I'm definitely going Cardinals.
I was a Red Sox. Yeah,
I think they're the only team to have not gotten past first base on opening day, if I'm correct.
Wait, what do you mean?
They didn't have a single guy get past first base on opening day. It was one of the Sox.
Oh, really?
I think it was the Red Sox.
Really? That's tragic.
It was a tragic opening day.
That's tragic. But David Ortiz, Dustin Pedroia, who else was Kevin Youkilis? I forget what their catcher was. Who, if anyone knows, who's the Red Sox catcher from like the mid 2000s? He was Tim Wakefield's the knuckleball guy. He was his specific catcher. I'm blanking on his name, and it's bad because I should know this. And then they had who was in the outfield for him? Red Sox. I'm trying to think.
What era is this?
This is like 2000s ish. I think Manny was there.
That sounds about right.
Manny was there. What, Damon? That was probably a little early.
That was all you. My brain being locked on in baseball in the 2000s was non-existent.
Okay, so Johnny Damon, left field, brother. I couldn't tell you. I should know this. I used to know their whole roster. But yeah, had some Had some fights. I remember
because you want to be a baseball guy growing up too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was your thing.
Yeah, I was a baseball guy. Like I would literally like my first couple years in high school and in junior high, like I would watch baseball all day, like game after game after game. And in high school, it was more so my dad was a scout with the Pirates.
Okay, nice.
So I got to meet some of the Pirates guys and guys in the organization, some young guys. Like, so during that time, I was a faithful Pirate fan. I could tell you everyone. I could tell you the Pirate starting lineup. I could tell you they top prospects. I could tell you everything. But yeah, I definitely had a baseball phase, and then it switched over to football a little later.
Every young kid, I feel like, has that phase where it's just a sport, but they figure out the entire roster, who plays where, how many teams there are, what conference, what division, to an absolute T. Like, that's what I did in elementary school. I always test myself. I just go through every NBA team, their conference, their division, and then I go starters 1 through 5.
Really?
Dude, every day, because you have those classes where you're like, how can I get through this hour?
My goodness.
But yeah, it's always fun. And then you pick a team, and then you'd be sad about it for 24 years now. Chicago Bears, let's go. And the Bulls at that.
Yeah.
Really fell off a wagon there. D Rose, that whole thing just still kills me.
Yeah.
The greatest that ever could have been at the point guard position.
Yeah, was that 2011 MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Youngest MVP to do it. People forget too, Joakim Noah was right up in there. He was in the MVP race. He had 2 Bulls players.
Was he really?
Yeah, Joakim Noah. People forget about how dominant Joakim Noah was.
Wow.
Joakim Noah was mean for a while there in the NBA.
Yeah, I remember him and Bron used to get in them little scuffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great era.
They had a good team. They had him and Luau Dang.
Yep, they had Dang on there. They had Derrick Rose. They had Joakim Noah. Who was their other?
I don't know who their 3 was. Or did Luau play the 4?
Luau played the 4.
Their 3.
Joakim Noah played the 5. Who was their 3 and 4? Or 3 and 2?
3 and 2, yeah. My goodness.
I guess you're just glued on Derrick Rose at the 1 and 2 spots. You didn't even.
when did Butler get into the league?
Jimmy Butler didn't get into the league until
13.
Yeah, it would have been 13. It might even be 14.
Yeah.
Let's look up Jimmy Butler draft. But as we got a couple more texts in here, we do have one from Brave Husker again. Curious, how many wins are the boys in red getting this fall? He's going for 9. Guessing 9.
He said going for 9.
He's saying 9.
Okay. I don't know. We went through this. Probably like a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
has it changed at all?
No,
because I think would you end up at 10 or 9?
Something
I think you went
absurd. Yeah.
I wasn't too. You didn't call for an undefeated season.
Yeah,
but I think you had us at 9 or 10 wins.
Yeah, I think saying 7. I think saying 7 is a little bit more accurate. But this is the thing with the Big Ten. You never know like what Purdue you're gonna get. You never know what Wisconsin team you're gonna get. You never know what Illinois team, Northwestern team, what Maryland team. Because all of a sudden last year Maryland was decent. Like Maryland was a good team.
Out of nowhere.
And then, Purdue was not very good. And then obviously back 2 years ago, they were really, really good. Like, so you just never know. And Big Ten has so many players, so much depth to these teams. They do a great job recruiting. So
yeah, another segue here. We're kind of talking as we're talking about point guards and depth. Jamarcus Lawrence for Nebraska basketball, another player to hit the portal.
Jamarcus Lawrence.
Yeah. The speedy point guard who I thought, at the beginning, really trying to find his legs under him. And he did get a lot better down the season, especially when he saw fast break opportunities. He was just a lot more aggressive, which the guy always looked like he was more of a natural scorer. But he just didn't, he was selective with his shots, which is fine. But it did feel like he finally found a groove coming off the bench, helped him a lot. And that bums me out because I really like Jamarcus Lawrence, especially that second half of the season. Between him, Eli Rice gone too. Like those are pretty brutal losses. Now you can find a guy to replace it, but yeah, the Jamarcus Lawrence, that one kind of hurts. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I would say this though. Don't you think that the run that they have in the stardom that like kind of was created with CJ Wilcher, with Juwan Gary, with obviously Casey, like there's some things that as a player would be very, very attractive. And I think the nation got to see how loyal Nebraska fans are, and obviously they is beyond loyal, and everyone knows that. But I feel like it was just a different sense. They got to see it in the basketball world.
Yeah,
everyone knows it in the football world that Nebraska fans are the best. But like and me personally, I know that Nebraska fans are the best in all sports. But I think the world got to really see it. there's people in AZ talking about reposting Casey. And I'm like, dang, like it's reaching it, like, it's reaching everywhere. And obviously that was a unique situation, like the Japanese Steph Curry. Like that's
a sick nickname.
Yeah.
And then that it was that Indiana Big Ten game that really got the nation's eyes because he went nuclear, and that's when Pat McAfee was like, okay, this is our guy for the tournament. Like when you got Pat McAfee on his show, like spending 30-40 minutes just talking about one player, that's gonna put some eyes on Nebraska basketball
for sure. And obviously Nebraska is Nebraska, but I think because of the portal, there's an attractiveness about Nebraska that as a player, obviously NIL wise, but also just the hype around the city for basketball. I think that's attractive to a portal guy. So I'd be interested in what pickups they get. Because I don't know if it's the same for football, but nowadays, like it's rare that you just build up a freshman into like this star player. You know what I'm saying? It's just rare. But I think basketball is different because there's not as much development in basketball.
Yeah, it's depends on where you go. It's so hard now. I mean, we kind of saw that with Kentucky this year,
right?
Where you want to be young and gun, like it's great. You're going to blow a lot of opponents out, but that youth rears its ugly head in the tournament. And we kind of talked about before. It seems like the best types of teams in the tournament are going to be a mix between veteran and older players. And that does give me some hope because I think you're right. I think there is some attraction to come to Nebraska. Because Juwan Gary, Rink Mast, and who am I missing here?
Are they coming back?
Gary, Rink Mast. Yeah, those guys are both back. Who's that third cornerstone piece that's coming back for me? Why am I blanking on this? CJ Wilcher's gone. Eli Rice gone.
Who's the center? Is that the center?
Yeah, we got Rink Mast, Juwan Gary, and my Lord, this is killing me.
Is Jamarcus Lawrence or no, the center 53 is gone too?
Yeah, we're the center 53.
Yeah,
Rink Mast.
No. The transfer from was it New Mexico State?
Oh, Josiah Alec. He's gone.
Damn, he could play.
That's a guy that I'm sad because I just want to see more development under him.
Yeah,
because he was strength, athleticism, hustle. You weren't worried about him not working hard.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, more time under Fred Hoiberg's offense as it gets more comfortable. Like I felt like he could have been lethal. I just wish he had some more eligibility left.
Right.
I don't know why I'm blanking on the corner piece guy coming back. Because it's in my head that we got these three big guys coming back. Juwan Gary is huge. I'm super excited to see what he looks like going forward. He's another guy that was really breaking through.
So what is Casey's next step? Does is that something he goes back to home and plays there, or is it a thing where he goes and tries to play in the league, or like what's the?
Well, he's got the 3-point contest coming up, and then from there it's I mean you might as well try NBA teams. I mean it's going to be a tough road for him, obviously defensively, but I'd imagine that's where his aspirations are.
Right.
And Steph Curry kind of paved the road for that. Like if you can be this off-ball pest that causes the defense to just work relentlessly, there might be a spot for you. But he's going to have to, Steph did things that we all remember, the 3-point shooting, but he was sneaky good defender. Like he wasn't good because he was undersized, but he would be able to stop some people at times that blow their mind.
Steph is 6'3" though.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is 6'3".
Yeah.
I think people forget about that. Like if Steph was walking down the street, like, dang, that brother tall. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 6'3".
Taller than me. And I'm considered tall to average, people.
Exactly. Like, and he looks like, people are like, oh, he's so small. Like, yeah, because we just thought Michael Beasley was 6'5". He's 6'9".
Yeah, that's a good point.
He is 6'9". Like these NBA players are freaks. If you saw him in public, you'd be like, gosh, dang, boy.
Yeah, I remember seeing Shaq for the first time.
You saw Shaq in person?
Nosebleeds though. Like wasn't up close in person, and he still looked ginormous from far away. And he still stood out as like, okay, that man's ginormous.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Like, what do you think about a guy like Zach Edey? Since we're kind of talking about this NBA, I think Casey, he has a shot. How great it is. I mean, it's just you're incredibly undersized.
Who's Zach Edey?
Purdue center.
Oh yeah.
Edey.
Yep. Yeah, he
like, can he translate to the league? You think because he plays that old school 5. He doesn't do the modern day 5. He's not like Jokic where he's out there on top of the key. Like, no, he's straight working inside like Yao Ming did back in the day.
Right. I'm trying to think of a 5 that's like him in the league.
Rudy Gobert, maybe. That was probably the closest thing. He doesn't have the post moves, but he protects the rim and he hangs around the rim.
How about DJ Burns, brother?
The NC State they got something going with him. I didn't realize that Tennessee. He was at Tennessee his freshman year.
Oh,
he was real slim down. Like he didn't like he grew up into a man.
Really?
Tennessee State, yeah. Like he put on weight, and you might think like, oh, that's not a good thing, but nah, he plays well with his weight. Like it almost helps him shove people around down there.
Yeah. So if you don't know who DJ Burns is, he's a center for NC State, and he's extremely athletic, and he's like old school fashion. Like bring it down to the block. I'm finna work you with this post footwork. And I'm finna, and he a lefty too.
Mm-hmm.
He got the stamp of approval by Jokic.
That's big time.
Yeah.
I did see that interview.
Yep. Jokic said, that I like this guy. His teammates must like him. Like he's so skilled. Like I really like him. And also, I don't know if you saw this. DJ Burns is getting calls from. Well, I don't know if they're personally going to DJ Burns, but he's getting calls from NFL GMs.
I can see it.
NFL scouts want to work him out after pro day. I mean, after Final Four.
I mean, you can see it, can't you?
Oh my goodness!
Like in a guy like
6'9"?
that, like is it the foot speed? What do you think?
A+ footwork.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, A+ footwork. Extremely athletic, light on his feet. I mean, got a great base to him. Would obviously have to get a lot stronger. Obviously, would have to learn how to play with his hands. Would have to learn technique and stuff like that. But as a project, that's something I would invest in as a guy. Obviously, if he wants to play, you don't want to throw money at a guy and spend time and try to develop a guy. But like that's pretty cool for DJ Burns. I feel like I doubt he gonna take that, because who really wants to go play like contact football
when you play basketball
and you could go play left tackle? Like that's not very like
no.
That's not a very glamorous job when you could just go play basketball and be skilled like he is. But having a stamp of approval from Jokic is crazy.
Yeah, and like I think it's because like he admires just the old school post moves.
Yeah,
like you see him, nice little baby hook, the up and under, like being able to use his body without drawing the foul. Like when he was going up against Duke, like I was amazed by how strong that guy was, because I was kind of waiting for him. Like, okay, here comes Duke. Here's a team with some size and muscle and athleticism that can match him. He's too good with it. Like his moves are, even if you got him in the size or height, whatever speed, athleticism, like he's just got so many moves. Like he's got moves back there that you might think you're watching Hakeem. Obviously he's not Hakeem, but he is just clever with it. And it's kind of been a fun March Madness. Like I've always kind of liked the old school fives, like Zach Randolph. I always kind of, when he was down at Memphis, I feel like he was the last one.
Yeah.
And when he left the league, we were done with the old school fives.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say left. When he got cut, let's be real. They were kind of done with the old school fives.
Yeah. Yeah. The old school fives were my favorite, man.
They're fun to watch.
The Shaq Yao Ming matchups. Those were, you saw the Rockets and either the Heat or the whatever Shaq was. Usually for me it was the Heat. When Shaq was with the Heat and they were playing the Rockets, I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in every time.
Yeah. How long did Yao Ming's career? I wish it was longer. Like I said, he had a pretty short one, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to say it was like 8 or 9 years. You think it was that long?
It might have been. It wasn't terribly short. Like he was around enough to get a good name. It was probably about 8 or 9. That's great. But that's a guy that, man, Rockets fans just haven't had the best of luck.
Yeah.
Like you think about when they had James Harden, they brought every superstar along with them to see if they can win a ring.
Yeah. You know who I loved growing up was Tracy McGrady. When he was with the Rockets, I used to play NBA Live and play with him. My goodness, fantastic, just ball handling, one-on-one scoring. Like that brother can score the ball.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
Why? What is it about Dwayne Wade that captivated so many people?
I have no idea, because he's kind of. I look back.
He's good. Don't get me wrong.
No, he's really good. He's really good. But I think I look back and I'm like, dang, like why wasn't I a LeBron fan? Like I wasn't a LeBron fan. I wasn't a Kobe fan. I wasn't a Allen Iverson fan for real. Like I wasn't. That just wasn't that wasn't someone I liked. But Dwayne Wade, for some reason, I don't know, the flash, like, and when they won it with the Heat that year, when they beat
with the iconic picture.
Yeah. They beat, it wasn't the Spurs, was it?
I think it might have been.
I think it was the Spurs.
Spurs,
it might have been.
Yeah, or was it the get revenge on Dallas? Or was it Spurs? I think it was. I want to say San Antonio.
I think it was Spurs.
Yeah.
I think it was Spurs in like 08 or 07.
Yeah, because Kawhi was on that roster at that point in time.
I think it was Spurs. And bro, I was so excited. Wasn't really a Shaq fan, but Dwayne Wade, that brother can play.
He was freaky athletic too.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you were watching him back then, like, that dude had some serious bounce.
And that's how I started being a LeBron fan, because I was a D Wade fan, and then LeBron came to the Heat, and I'm like, man, like, you know, like, bro, like, he gonna give LeBron gonna get all the shine, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, man, like, this dude, he really like a point guard, and he really want to get everyone involved, but he, you know, he's just such a dominant scorer, such a dominant offensive player and defensive player.
Yeah. Do you think, how many more rings do you think a guy like LeBron gets before it's all said and done? Or do you think it's over?
I don't know. You heard that last night he came out in an interview and said, I don't know how much longer I can go, but I know I can't go much longer.
Yeah, that's what's making me think, like, we might not see LeBron lift.
He just had 40 last night.
I know, but he's looking at his team like, hey, guys, like,
come on.
I don't know how much more I want to be. Like, do I really need to keep dropping 40, or can we just win some games and I put up my classic 27, 8, 9? Like, how's that not enough?
Yeah,
it's been enough everywhere else.
Who were we playing? Brooklyn last night.
Yeah. Now, well, I don't know. You guys, before we get out of here, let's just figure out, because the season's, I mean, it's wrapping up as we are talking about it. And I think the Lakers are still in that bottom tier. I think they're going to be sitting in that play-in. Let's see. Yeah, Lakers at 9, not great. 42 and 33. They're just above 500. Just for a comparison, if you go over to the East, the 9 seed has a losing record, 36 and 39. So it also doesn't help the Lakers. You're in the West. We all kind of know at this point.
Yeah,
the West is absolutely loaded. But yeah, that's
how many games?
It was the Pacers last night.
Pacers.
Or no, it was Nets. You were right. He dropped 40 to beat the Pacers this game before. But they got Raptors, Wizards, Cavaliers, Timberwolves, Warriors, Grizzlies, Pelicans. Round things out.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's pretty tough. Raptors, Wizards, you're smiling about. I guess 3 games you're smiling about, but Timberwolves, Warriors, Grizzlies, Pelicans are hot right now too.
Well, where are the T-Wolves in the West?
I think there's probably still 1 and 2. Let's find out. 3.
They're 3.
51 and 23.
How many games behind are they?
The Lakers are a solid 10.5 games behind from 1.
I think Ant's not out. Ant's not out. I was thinking Ant was out, so that would give us a little bit more hope, but
yeah, no, I think it's tough luck for the Lakers. They'll be in the play-in. They're gonna have a shot at it, but I think that's kind of what LeBron's hinting at. Like, if this, it's not me, guys. Like, this roster,
is he setting up his departure?
I think so.
I think, and I know,
or putting pressure. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
that's LeBron. He'll put pressure on an organization
for sure. And I think and AD's playing really good right now too. It's just,
but he always hints at giving the keys to AD. And like, this is AD's team, not my team.
Yeah, which I think he's right. You know, if AD don't do good, LeBron could drop 35 and the Lakers still gonna lose if AD don't play well.
Yeah, it's really just those 2 guys.
Yeah,
and like, that's why probably last year, as we're kind of wrap things up here, was he probably had to sit down and think about it, because it's literally him and LeBron, or LeBron and AD playing out of their minds versus Denver Nuggets. That entire, like, they got swept. But I think every single game was only a couple possessions at most.
All right.
And it was AD and LeBron playing out of their damn minds. But here comes Jokic with some crazy shot, or Aaron Gordon, or Michael Porter Jr., or somebody else makes another big play. And then the Lakers, it's like, if it's not AD or LeBron, it's game. And it just happened. 4 games in a row. They couldn't do it because nobody could be that X factor for him.
And that's why it's going to be tough, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, Bron can get hot for a couple playing games. Like, he can lock in. You know, AD can get hot, but when AD has these up and down games, like, he go 40 and then he go 15, like, you just never know what AD you're going to get.
Yeah, and especially like a guy like that, when he hits the ground, like, you're just like,
your heart drop.
Yeah, because that's it for the Lakers.
Yeah,
like,
if he roll an ankle, it's Rap City.
So you're gonna say no more rings for LeBron, or do you think he's got 1 more in him? Because there's no way. I don't think it goes beyond 2.
Not with the Lakers.
Where do you think he'd go? So we kind of wrap things up here.
I have no idea. Throw out something crazy. You going to Golden State. That'd be crazy.
I'd be done with basketball if you guys did Golden State. With that being said, we're gonna wrap it up here. This has been What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host, as always, Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. But don't go anywhere. We got DeMornay Pearsonell on the Don't Punt Hour up next. We'll talk to you in a little bit.